It seems, my friends, that Judgment Day is near. The prophet, peace be upon him, said that the day of judgment will come when immorality spreads, earthquakes increase, days pass quickly, time loses its blessing, and killing becomes widespread. And I don't think there's anything more common than these things today. These are just a few of the many minor signs of the hour that have already happened, not to mention the increase in sudden deaths, the severing of family ties, the normalization of lying and deception, and the fact that women outnumber men. There are many other signs that indicate Judgment Day is approaching, but for the final hour to truly come, the major signs must occur. And once they do, that's it. Prepare yourself because we are entering the afterlife. And that is when the real terror begins, as what will happen is beyond imagination. Oh my, we are not ready at all. Are you prepared for the horror? Welcome to the story. Of course, the moment we talk about the major signs of the hour, the first thing that comes to mind is the Antichrist, Al-Masih al-Dajjal, the greatest and most dangerous trial we will face at the end of times. There was no prophet who did not warn his people about him. The prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "There is no trial on earth greater than the trial of the Dajjal. It is such a terrifying matter that people are so scared of him, and rightfully so. Some even believe he is not human, but rather a jinn or the devil himself, controlling the world and orchestrating all the corruption we see today to pave the way for his deception." So, is the Dajjal already alive among us, causing all this chaos? Let's find out. Pray for the prophet, peace be upon him. Just before the Antichrist emerges, the Mahdi will appear. And by the way, his name is just Al-Mahdi, not Al-Mahdi al-Muntazar, the awaited Mahdi. The latter is what the Shia call him, as they believe the Mahdi is Muhammad ibn al-Hassan ibn Ali, the 12th Imam. They believe he was born in Iraq in 255 AH and is still alive today, hidden in a secret chamber in Samarra, waiting to reappear at the end of times. But the prophet's words are clear. Allah will send a man from me or from my family whose name matches mine, and his father's name matches my father's name. This means the Mahdi will still be born in the future, and his name will be Muhammad ibn Abdullah, like the prophet. He will be from the descendants of Al-Hassan ibn Ali and Fatima. May Allah be pleased with them. The Mahdi will appear in a time of extreme corruption and injustice, far worse than what we experience today. Muslims will be weak and impoverished, and their hatred for each other will lead to widespread bloodshed. There will be a war over a mountain of gold that will emerge as the Euphrates River dries up, another sign of the hour. In this war, out of every 100 people, 99 will die. Meanwhile, in the Arabian Peninsula, a great king will die, leading to a fierce power struggle among three princes, each claiming to be the rightful heir. This war will last for years and cost countless lives. The Muslim world will be in utter chaos, with no clear victor. But when this conflict arises, know that the Mahdi is about to appear. Allah will grant him leadership overnight, though before that, he was an ordinary man who didn't even know he was the Mahdi. So, to all those people who keep claiming to be the Mahdi, calm down. The true Mahdi himself won't even realize his role until Allah grants him leadership. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, "When you see the Mahdi, hold on to him with all your strength, for he is your only hope." The Mahdi will be from Medina, and his own people will oppose him. When the tyrant ruler of the Levant, Sufyani, hears of the Mahdi's appearance, he will send a massive army to kill him. However, the Prophet foretold that this army would be swallowed by the earth between Mecca and Medina. This will be a divine miracle and a clear sign that the Mahdi is indeed the chosen one. As news of this miracle spreads, people from all over the world will come to pledge allegiance to the Mahdi. He will unite the Muslims, rebuild their strength, and lead them to victory. This marks the beginning of the final battles. The Mahdi will establish a powerful army, equipped with advanced weapons. Some scholars believe these will be nuclear and hydrogen bombs, while others suggest a return to swords and horses, as mentioned in the Prophet's sayings. Even Albert Einstein once said, I do not know what weapons will be used in World War III, but I do know that World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones. This suggests that a catastrophic war will reset civilization to primitive times. As Muslims grow stronger, the Western world will feel threatened. They fear a united Muslim force, so they will gather an army of 1 million soldiers for the ultimate battle, Armageddon. Armageddon is derived from the Hebrew words har, mountain, and Megiddo, a valley in Palestine, 55 kilometers from Tel Aviv. This battle will be the deadliest in history. 1/3 of the Muslim army will flee, 1/3 will be martyred, and the remaining third will emerge victorious, defeating the Western forces. The Mahdi will then rule over Arabia, bringing 7 years of peace and prosperity. Wealth will be distributed fairly, and there will be no poverty. Crops will flourish, livestock will increase, and people will live in an era of justice unseen before. During this time, the Mahdi will conquer Constantinople, modern-day Istanbul. This suggests that Turkey will fall under Western control again before being liberated by the Mahdi and his army. He will lead 70,000 Muslims to Istanbul and conquer it easily with the words, La ilaha illa Allah, Allahu Akbar. There is no God but Allah, Allah is the greatest. But this newfound Muslim power will provoke the Antichrist. The Dajjal will emerge to deceive the world, claiming to be God, performing false miracles, and leading many astray. As his influence spreads, the Mahdi will take his followers to the mountain of Al-Dukhan in the Levant to seek refuge. Then, at the time of Fajr prayer, Jesus, peace be upon him, will descend from the heavens. He will take command of the Muslim forces and personally confront the Dajjal. Music. The Antichrist, Dajjal, also known as the false Messiah, is called Al-Masih, Messiah, because one of his eyes is deformed, but contrary to common belief, he does not have a single eye in the middle of his forehead. Instead, his right eye is completely blind, and his left eye is covered with extra skin. He will emerge from Khorasan, modern-day Iran, with 70,000 Jewish followers from Isfahan. He will travel across the world at the speed of the wind, visiting every city except Mecca and Medina. He will perform fake miracles, healing the sick and reviving the dead, which will actually be demons in disguise. His deception will be so powerful that people will believe he is divine. The Prophet, peace be upon him, warned that the Dajjal would not appear until people forget about him. When scholars stop warning about him, he will come, and many will follow him blindly. His greatest supporters will be the Jews, who believe he is their long-awaited Messiah. The most vulnerable to his deception will be women. May Allah protect us from his trial and grant us steadfast faith. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and support us with a like so you can receive the stories as soon as they come out.